Hello and welcome to the GrapeSEED Official Podcast. We have something a little different for you today. Up until now, we have had many teacher guests who have talked about tips and tricks to use inside the classroom. As we all know, the global pandemic has forced us all to be a little bit more flexible in a lot of ways. Many schools provided online lessons trying to teach GrapeSEED over various platforms. Some schools are still doing this through our lesson viewer. For anyone who has attempted it, trying to teach a group of students online is a completely different ballgame than teaching students in class. I wanted to highlight some of these remote TSI stars. Our first guest for this is Franky, a teacher in Japan. Welcome to the show, Franky.
Oh, hi. Hello, Adam. Thanks for having me.
This is very exciting. How long have you been a GrapeSEED teacher and, well, both in class and online?
Well, I started from 2018. So 4 years have passed since I've started to be a GrapeSEED teacher and 2 months as online teacher. I think I've done like 20 online lessons. Well, so that means I'm not an experienced teacher nor expert, but I'm here to share my experience.
Yeah, but your coach, Cindy, recommended you highly, said your lessons are great, even if you've only had 20 so far. So we want to share that your ideas and your thinking with everybody else.
Okay, great. I can do that.
Excellent. What units are you currently on?
I'm currently on Unit 6 and Unit 16. Oh, that was occasionally, and I started teaching Little Seed from this April, which I'm having hard times memorizing a lot of songs. But on the other hand, I'm having fun teaching 3-year-old kid. And I was teaching Unit 5 when we were having online lesson.
Okay, perfect. So when your school made that decision to move to GrapeSEED lessons online, what were some initial challenges?
Well, everything was challenging and everything was a problem. But first of all, I want to show off that our kindergarten was one of the fastest school who started online lesson.
Okay.
Yeah. I really didn't want kids to stop learning. And I thought it's really difficult to keep them motivated with doing only REP. So I just asked my manager to start online lesson using Zoom. At the time, my computer was not my thing, but I studied how to use Zoom and made PowerPoint document for parents and show how to start up Zoom. Since this was his first challenge, but I really wanted to make this perfect. So we learned with other teachers how to do like online lessons. For example, like the other teachers pretended to be kids who tend to like disturb other kids. So we can simulate like how it will go. And also we had a meeting to check how to use share screens, spotlights, etc. The basic things to use Zoom. Also, we had Zoom meeting with all of the students just to check like they can join the Zoom lesson. So everything was prepared and we started the lesson. And as a result, my first lesson was awful.
Why was that?
Yeah. Well, because, there were 14 students in one class. And when we started to sing, there's like sound delay. It's so uncomfortable when you hear it. And
right.
Yeah. So we just couldn't sing. And I was panicked, really panicked. And also, one of the students had a baby in the same room.
Ooh.
And I can hear the baby cry, but I couldn't see the baby on the screen, so I couldn't know which students to mute. Yeah, so so I just asked in Japanese to students but they were also so nervous that they couldn't answer in Japanese. I think like other parents were watching, and like we have a basic rules that we cannot speak Japanese during the lesson, so they couldn't answer too. Yeah, so I would say that my first lesson was not a lesson. It was just time to panic. Yeah. But right after that, we had a feedback meeting and we changed some rules. Yeah. So first of all, we shortened the lesson time from 40 minutes to 20 minutes. And there were 14 students in one class. and that was too many. So we divided into 2 groups. So like 7 students each. I think that was, good. And I mute all of the students when they sing and, and ask parents to prepare quiet room. Yeah. And right after we finished the first online lesson, there were some like emails from the parents and there were some advice that I shouldn't use, the pointer, like, when I use share screen and when I like move the mouse, the pointer moves so frequently and that makes a student dizzy. So there was advice that don't use mouse, that don't use the pointer too much. So So what I did is I asked my manager to send me all the materials, and I did just like I used to do it in my regular class, and it was much easier. Yeah, and I used a music stand. Because like when my material, when I have materials and I have to look at all the kids on the screen, sometimes my material is off the screen. So it's better to have like music stands or easels to, put the materials on. Yeah. And I think, that was all the problems.
Goodbye, my friends, goodbye. I'm sad to say goodbye. It was a good day, but now I will say goodbye, my friends, goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.